Hey, TenebrisTenshi here. It's been tiring. Went to a thing, and now my brain's not working properly because of a lot of technical issues that we had on a different thing. But I am over here, if only just for the background music, but we will be going back. Unlock Pandemoniums next here. I was going to do that earlier today, but then I realized there's some story bits to that I don't want to have to miss. So let's, or miss on stream anyway. Up for we'll swap that. Let's do that, and then we'll continue on with the story. Kisara, I had a feeling you would arrive soon. Urgent tidings always seem to carry you in their wake after all, and Master Fortuno recently sent word regarding his investigation. But it seems he's uncovered information regarding Professor Claudin's whereabouts and the sudden appearance of Pandemonium in the Ethereal Sea. You would do well to meet with him at once. If you have no objections, I ask that you proceed to Atiascope forthwith. I shall make the necessary arrangements shortly. What is... yeah. Let's head out. I assume those are specifically for finishing that up. Okay, well, we got a thing to do, don't we? We do. Now we won't see other people. No other people are ruining my... I forgot that we can go here, shoot. Yeah, as you can see, I am actually super... Rather we can go in here and obviously see Pandemonium. It was weird that we saw this. What I thought was weird, what that was weird or whatever was specifically the other thing. Thank you for answering my summons with haste. Let us forego formalities and jump straight to the heart of the matter. Namely, the whereabouts of Professor Claudian, who has not been seen since his ill-advised journey into Asus La. A subsequent expedition discovered an airship in the vicinity of the Ethereal Chemical Research Facility. Why is it always that place? Anyway, although the vessel clearly belonged to the professor, he was nowhere to be found. There were signs that someone, perhaps the man himself, had forced their way into the facility, so this trail was duly followed. However, the trail led nowhere, in the most literal sense. It was almost as if an entire sector of the facility had been wrested from existence. Further investigation turned the expedition party's suspicions. Nigh on an entire sector of Azazla has been teleported elsewhere. Teleported? To where? We believe that its destination was none other than the Ethereal Sea. Here were its elegant facilities reconstituted as the halls of Pandemonium. A great success, as you can see. They teleported part of Azazla to become Pandemonium? What? So that means Professor Claudian is in there, in that monstrous fortress. That is our leading theory. We are certain enough at least to risk sending you into the depths in search of the missing man. Yet before we do, there is another pressing matter. While Pandemonium may appear to be firmly sealed, an unknown entity was recently spied crawling forth from its gates. We observed its behavior in the Aether, and to our horror witnessed it gorging upon the surrounding ether like a ravenous beast. What? It must be stopped! The Ethereal Sea harbors the souls of the departed. 'Tis the wellspring from which all creatures are born. If its flow were disturbed, the life itself might cease to be. Precisely. Safety must be our first priority. Rid us of this menace, Kisar. Then we will be at liberty to investigate the wicked machinations are afoot. What wicked machinations are afoot? This memory crystal was recovered from Claudian's airship. Take it with you. It may provide some insight into the enigma of Pandemonium. Without Themis, there will be no army of phantom warriors. I realize you are more than capable in combat, but are you certain you'll be all right? There we go. So I'll go with the second one. As long as I'm free to focus on my phone, there's naught to worry about. That's the spirit. I would lend you my arms, such as they are, but I believe I'll be more useful in provision of information and non-martial support. I shall gather researches from the confluence to construct a means to convey you to your destination. The rest is in your hands. Oh, already. That was quick. That's fine. We'll deal with that tomorrow. Alrighty. With that, let's head to Camp Broken Glass, shall we? Oh, I realize now why it's so expensive. The company bus fell off. Not that it wouldn't have still been expensive, it's just, you know. There we go. 1, 2. Alright, let's move on. Next bit. Are we not going into... It looked like it was at a further angle. I was confused as to why we weren't going in here to talk to Lucia. Very clearly that we were. Kisara, allow me to personally thank you for your assistance during the recent Void Scent incursion. Your actions saved many. What brings you here today? Brings. Pray, forgive us for not sending word in advance, Commander, but we will seek your cooperation in a matter of great import. Yada 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 blah 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 blah. Moving on to the next thing. Indeed. We appreciate you consulting us instead of taking unilateral action. It is no simple matter to activate the Tower of Babel, and I speak not only of the technological challenges. Personally, I think we must consider the emotional impact on such an action above all else. Pending a more official name, we refer to those who remain here as the Garlean community. As you would expect, they are predominantly native Garleans, most of whom are uncomfortable with ethereal manipulation. To compound matters, the trauma inflicted by Anima is still fresh. They didn't even see Anima. Anyway, if the tower were suddenly to light up again, it is like to cause distress and reopen old wounds. Not very old wounds, to be absolutely fair, either. Better than facing a mass invasion by Golbez and his void-sent hordes, surely. Of course, we acknowledge the gravity of the situation, as well as the promised bloodshed should we fail to act. Yet, even if we were to convey your warning to the public, many simply do not understand the workings of magic or the rift. They will struggle to comprehend why they must be forced to relive personal horrors for the sake of something they cannot imagine. What is there to imagine? Haven't these people seen Voinsend with their own eyes? Let us suppose you encounter someone who is freezing in this cold. A natural thing is to make them a fire, yes? But what if that person's sole experience with fire was being badly burned by it, and they are harbored an acute fear? Despite the benefits, nay, the necessity of the warmth you offer, they may flee on instinct, or worse, misinterpret your action as aggression and lash out. So like the fire that torments this individual, the Tower of Babel torments the people of Garlemald. Yet we cannot afford to falter here. We must find a way to help them overcome their fear. I agree. To that end, the contingent will assist however we can. We should speak with Alphino and Alexei. With the rapport they have established with the Garlean people, I dare say they can provide us with valuable insights. In the meantime, Urianger, might I ask that you remain here to oversee the technical aspects of the tower's activation? Moving on. No, we haven't really talked to Midgard Stormer since the end of, Omega? Am I right there? Any oozles. You guys are in the tertium, aren't you? Gosh dang it. I'd realized that before I'd taken off, I would have teleported, but at this point it's more work than not to just continue to teleport than to continue flying. Loose. Okay, so she actually understands. I was worried that she wouldn't. I was worried that she would not understand that kind of fear. I'm glad to see you, Kisara. Vitra has explained our present dilemma. There's no unfounded concern that the Garleans might take poorly to the reactivation of the Tower of Babel. That's putting it mildly. Many would be up in arms over it. Trust in Ilsabard contingent is fragile enough. We need to tread lightly, or we risk jeopardizing everything we had achieved. Trust again. Well, it seems there's naught for it but to speak with the people. Rather than harping on about the necessity of a plan, we need to lend an ear to their concerns. Then perhaps we can begin working towards a compromise. In that case, I'll take you to meet the community leaders. They're stationed at Senatus, near the Senaculum Imperialis. I'd be honored to speak with them, though it would be prudent to learn where the people elsewhere stand as well. But I will leave that to the others, save Zero. Might you accompany me? I'm sure those in Tapper's Den would have had their own opinions. Half an hour if I may drag you along. Tertium, we leave to you. You're no stranger to the people here, so it should take a little prodding to convince them to speak freely. Then it's settled. Once you've learned all what you can, let us all meet in the Forum Solius, where we'll have what I hope is a productive discussion. A productive discussion. Where do we go from here? No, stop it. The tower's evil. It'll turn us all evil. I don't want to hear it. Leave me alone. Yeah, I was... Fie. That tower isn't right, I tell you. All those magics. Years ago, when I lived in the provinces, the locals razed our village to the ground with the stuff. Made things appear and disappear and fly and burn. I can still see it when I close my eyes. You've done us a good turn, dear, but let's not talk about that tower any longer. It's unnatural. Young and the old, I hate it. When they actually agree on things, it makes things much more difficult to do. Activate the Tower of Babel? Are you out of your mind? That abomination transformed my friends and family into monsters. I can't even bear to look at it whenever I step outside. If you want to do something for us, tear the bloody thing down. Tower of Babel? But what's that got to do with Voidsent? I can't say I understand. Still, your people have done much more for us Garleans. If you say it's necessary, then it's good enough for me. Oh good, we have some people who are at least on board. Like, I don't mind that it's the majority of people that are like, no, feck that. That I'm okay with. I would have gotten frustrated if it was just all 100% no. Whatever its present state, the Imperial Palace was once the pride of Garlemald. I mean no disrespect to you and yours, but shouldn't the Garlean people be its caretakers instead of foreigners? Though if we dare to speak thus to some of the contingent, they might make assumptions, cut our rations or worse. No, forget I said anything, please. You're making assumptions that definitely would not apply, but, you know, I assume that because it happened under Garlemald, and she's actually okay with it, just that they want Garlemald to be the ones in control of it, which isn't half bad. Ulysses on his way with the others. I hope he found the people more receptive than we did. Yeah, about that. About that. Isar, may I present to you Lords Neus and Metius, magistrates of our political council. They have been spearheading the efforts to establish a new system of government here. When we raised the subject of the Tower of Babel, they insisted that we speak no further until joined by representatives of the Ilsabard contingent. I see Alphinaud and Alice have yet to arrive, though, so perhaps we should wait. Doesn't matter if some of you are present. We simply wish to make one thing perfectly clear. Power is a manifestation of Garlean ingenuity and authority. It was once the abode of the imperial family, and it will forever bear tremendous cultural significance. It is insulting enough that we have to suffer foreigners occupying it under the guise of rendering aid. Now you propose reactivating it? Nay, we have had enough. Garlemald. Okay, good. Even though it's a Highlander face, which is the first time I think I see the Highlander face in here, they at least had the, I don't want to say foresight, but at least the presence of mind to add the Garlean third eye on there. The Garlemald of the Garlemald of old may have fallen, but she fell in civil war to her own people, not to Eorzea or any other land. We came here to assert our unequivocal claim to our territory. Garlemald and all that lies within our bounds are beholden to no one. One of those things where you have... Their point I don't like. I hate their point. Their point is frustrating. Because literally they're still taking the point of their previous rulers almost. Oh boy. Once their excellencies are resolved to negotiate with the contingent, I will escort them to Tertium. I'll also instruct Alphinaud and Alice to meet us there. Lord Metis, Lord Neus, by your leave, my comrades and I will speak with the residents of the Senatus. Though the Ilsabard contingent holds the Tower of Babel, it is I who wishes for it to be reactivated, and thus I think it meet that I be present for this discussion. Yet my understanding of your people's hardships, of their hopes and desires, of their dreams for the future, is sorely lacking. In my ignorance, I would struggle to contribute. Lest you worry, I will not plead our case to the community in your absence. I wish only to identify common ground upon which we might build a relationship that sees us overcome our differences. Very well. But know that the guards will not hesitate to escort you from the premises should they judge your actions to be inappropriate. Settled then. If it's settled, then you should all head to Senatus. I'll join you there after I see their excellencies safely to Tertium. And the fact that they want to really impose their will with that is super frustrating. Like, I get that they don't want it to be reactivated because last time was kind of severe. But the ones that say, no, 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 it's ours. It's like, okay, dude, chill. Get the hell out of here. Not even that tall by comparison to some of the other stuff that's been built. Fair enough. Okay, so this is gonna be a pain. If these are basically political refugees-ish, more so than actual people, but then again, these are the people with leverage, let's say. To begin, I propose we split up and ask the residents for their views on the Ilsabard contingent and the current state of affairs. We would also do well to learn more about the Enclave itself. Should you observe anything of note, pray keep it in mind. It is through open hearts and open minds that I believe we may yet convince their leaders to work with us for the greater good. Stockpile of assorted supplies bears markings indicating they were provided by the Ilsabard contingent. Okay, so they are at least accepting the aid, as much as they might be like, harumph, harumph. Boy, young boy, young girl, young girl. Want to know what I think? I'm a soldier. I try not to think about politics at all. I'll say this much: our leaders are labored to preserve our culture, our way of life. Remains of it, at any rate. I trust them to do what's best for Garlemald. Fair place. A nice large cask, and there's the very same you and your comments used to transport cerulean from Lapis Manalis. Are they not supposed to be here? Oh yeah, definitely reminds me of Troya. Let me see if I can find Varshan. There he is. Okay, nothing much. Marcus Aurelius? No. Yes. How do I feel about the contingent? Conflicted, to say the least. I've been tasked with the distribution of supplies, and I know as well as any that we couldn't survive without outside aid. Be that as it may, even though the Empire has collapsed, we have our pride. People don't want to be beholden to others forever, and there's no denying that it chafes to see our benefactors occupying the Imperial Palace. You have that much pride, why don't you just build your own palace with blackjack and hookers? Like, that's what I don't get sometimes about people that are so beholden to their traditions. And don't get me wrong, some of it is super important, especially to culture and whatnot. But when it's a building that has already been modified beyond recognition thanks to other actors entirely, like if it was our fault that this stuff got modified to this point, fine. But it was a completely separate actor who got this down, and it's just like, it's a little frustrating that they're kind of like that frustrated. I don't know. It's weird. Let's see what Varshan came up with. Destroying the Enclave, have you? What were you able to learn? Things and stuff. Many things and stuff. Much the same as me, then. They accept the contingent's help out of necessity and harbor a measure of resentment. They only have themselves to blame. If they don't like... sorry, this is 0. They only have themselves to blame. And if they don't like the bargain, they should reject it. How many times does I tell you? It's out of the question. I love how we rush and Zero's just like, it's bullshit again, okay. What's going on? We were wondering the very same. We came running when we heard shouting. What's the matter? Oh, no, I was just trying to explain. Mayhap I may clear this up. The contingent has made a reasonable request, but this man insists that it's impossible. It considers the magic weapons which run rampant throughout Regio Urbanissima. Every time we delivered supplies here, we have to dispatch extra men to defend against potential attacks. To address the issue once and for all, we propose the elimination of all machina that loiter near the supply route, but you heard him, they refuse to even consider it. The magistrates have already spoken on this matter. Rampant or no, there's war machina of Argarlian assets. Furthermore, who's to say that they're as dangerous as you attest? Argarlian assets that can be rebuilt when they are needed. Are they currently needed? Then no. And it's not the entirety of the war machina that's getting they're specifically saying only along the trade route. Now, if they're arguing, no, we're just going to take out everything in the immediate area, then I'd be like, okay, more on his side. But he said trade route. I'm going to assume that he's telling the truth. But I will also assume that on the other side that he's telling the truth and that, you know, they need the war machina to some degree. But if it's only along the trade route, I think that's reasonable enough. Why is there still so much distrust from the Garleans after everything we've done? Like, I understand the tower. Because again, the shit that tower did, they don't want any of that happening again. And again, their distrust of magics as a whole, I get, because that's more historical. But this is current events. And you're telling me that your first thought when they wanted to destroy the magic tech along the route is that they're going to scavenge it. For what reason? Oh, to use against us. We can use magic. You had to build magitech. Why do we need it? Oh, so that people who don't use magic on your side can use it. That's fair plays. How about we do this for a middle ground, which I'm not sure they're going to go with, but this would be my idea for a middle ground based upon what we know so far. We destroy the magitech only along the trade route. You guys come along with us, and you scavenge everything so that we can't. How about that? And if that's still a problem, then I need to throw suspicion as to why you don't want us to destroy them. Like, I'm not going to blame this Secundus, because the Secundus is literally taking orders from somebody higher up who's made this decision that he can't really override. Fair plays. But, come on, man. Come on, man. I know not if that's the case, but the fact remains we cannot allow you to destroy them. No speculations by the magistrates, I presume. Ridiculous, but they have spoken. Unless we want to inflame tensions further, there's naught we can do. Let's see if Zero has an idea. How complicated relations become when not grounded in clear and equitable agreement. Equitable arrangement. Of course! Well, I do understand the difficulty of your position. As a shoulder, you must do your duty and obey your superiors. I have an idea, but I must first speak with Commander Lucia. May I take charge of this matter? By all means. Let's return to Camp Broken Glass, where I might discuss a solution I believe will satisfy all parties. Let's see if they take my suggestion in my brain case. Unlikely, but we'll find out. We'll find out. I'm actually excited to see what... And it makes sense why we're going back to Camp Broken Glass for this. Because we have to make sure that the other side... Because technically we're a third party. We ourselves, as the Warrior of Light, are always a third party. For the most part, I should say. But even Varshan is technically a third party to this, so he wants to make sure that one of the parties, the one that's more amenable to our requests, will definitely follow us on this bend. But I have completed my inspection of the tower. Thou shalt be pleased to hear that the transference of Aether will pose no difficulty. Less than glad tidings, but let's see what you guys have to say on the ideas we have. Voice acted or no? No. Welcome back, all of you. I pray that there have been positive developments in your appeal to the Garlean community. Mayhap not yet, but there is a method by which I believe all stand to gain. As satrap, I intend to propose a trade agreement between Razat Han and the people of Garlemald. That actually came out of nowhere, but I'm curious to see how this goes. Please continue. The people of this nation have lived through its collapse and more, yet they have chosen to remain, for it is their home. That they have been able to survive thus far is thanks to the ill-sabad contingent, or rather, in less flattering terms, they are entirely at your mercy. That's what they see it as, which is fair. That's not an unreasonable assessment or even thought to have to some degree. Like, unless you are protecting them from something else, like let's say the whole situation that caused the Tower of Babel to become what it is and all that other stuff was due to the Void Sent from the start. They were occupied by the Void Sent, and we came and pushed the Void Sent out, and we're saying we need to do this thing to really make sure the Void Sent don't come back. That would be a whole separate situation. But we came in attacking them because they were attacking us first. So this is literally an invasion occupation. So for them to not trust us, and for them to be entirely at our mercy from their point of view, makes sense. Despite your noble intentions, that this one-sided relationship has fueled feelings of frustration and resentment. It is no surprise that some Garleans are loath to engage with foreigners for fear of indebting themselves further or surrendering more than their already limited autonomy. That is why I wish to present them with an equitable arrangement. One that will restore them to a sense of agency after having been forced to rely upon charity. Easier said than done. What exactly did you have in mind? Long have Garlemald and Razat Han abided by a treaty of non-interference. Freely have we traded with one another, and I wish to continue this in this tradition. We would provide your people with supplies as you require, in return for which you would grant us leave to use the Tower of Babel, as well as share your Magitech resources and expertise. As we become more reliant upon your technologies, we will of course require more cerulean to fuel them. This you possess in abundance, and for you it will be duly compensated. Razat Han's culture will be enriched by your Magitech wonders, and our ever-increasing demand for your wares will see Garlemald grow wealthy and prosperous. Only when both sides keep the interests of the other in mind can equitable relationship be forged. It is a principle I once thought I understood, but I have come to appreciate it all the more in recent days, thanks to the sage counsel of a friend from beyond the rift. Your Excellency, thank you for your careful consideration of Garlemald's future. Though I cannot speak for every Garlean, I myself see no reason to object to your proposal. Indeed, if Razat Han were to take initiative, other nations may follow suit and seek to normalize trade relations with us. If you see the sense of my proposal, then I ask you join me in the negotiations at Tertium. Your support may be instrumental in winning over Lord Neas and Metius. guards, go with them. I have matters here well in hand. I have learned all that I may regarding the tower's operations, so I too shall heed me to the tertium. I have never heard that phrase before, but then again, there's a lot of phrases that freaking Urianger uses that just throws me for a loop. Okay, tertium, so we know we can teleport there. After all this story, we'll do an expert to get some more tokens. See what these other diggers have to say. So we finally begin negotiations. No. No one else here? Only these two? Waiting here? Really? I thought that there was more people. I guess the others will walk in at some point. Your automatic assumption that we're here to just bully you. This is going to be very difficult to sell. But then again, he might soften when he hears exactly what the point of this is, other than just, we want to use the Tower of Babel. The end. A crowd you may have brought, but numbers will not intimidate us. The Tower of Babel is ours by rights, and nothing you can do will convince us otherwise. Rest assured, it is not our intention to infringe upon the rights of the people of Garlemald. Let us instead discuss the future. As the satrap of Razatan, I wish to establish a new trade agreement between our nations. The aid we presently receive will not last forever, my lords. Sooner or later, we must stand on our own 2 feet. But to do so, we must secure means to replenish our coffers, and the proposed agreement presents a rare opportunity. 'Tis true we do not want for Magitech and Ceruleum, and foreign currency will be needed to procure such things we lack. It would depend on the precise terms, but I can see the merits. What? I cannot believe what I'm hearing. You served the Emperor. We're a proud patriot, and now you entertain selling national resources like a common merchant? Like you, I weep for what we have lost. But if we are to rebuild Garlemald, we must make use of what precious few assets remain to us. Nonsense! Utter nonsense! You are a traitor, Aeneas, and there will be a reckoning. Oh yes, when the people of the Senatus learn of this, they will cry out for your blood. Oh god, this guy's such... Lord Metis, wait, it's not safe out there. Yeah... He has the same mindset as the rulers before him. But the mindset of the rulers before him brought 2 civil wars within a decade. Arguably within a year. 2 separate civil wars. And the fall of your entire country. So I'm not sure if you are... At that point, actually, good argument. Like, I really wish that the general that we met here during the proper events of Endwalker, the 6.0 storyline, did not commit suicide. I kind of wish. But what is very key is that he realized that he could not change his mind. That he was so set in his ways, but those ways were no longer viable. So for him to take his life for the betterment of his country was the best option for him. Not exactly the best idea, but I understand his feelings on the matter. Where this guy's stuck in his ways and refuses to let go, like, what he could do is, instead of offing himself, he could have just retired and not been in a position of power, and maybe complained consistently, but he has no way to adjust anything. But this guy has the power, refuses to let it go, and refuses to change, despite everything that he's fighting for in specific by comparison to Naeus. Naeus at least has a good head on his shoulders, was a little stuck up about it, but when we were like, hey, here's our other option, he was just like, okay. We might need to hammer out details, but I'm willing to listen further on this. But the other guy was like, no! Embarrassing display. A man of Metius' station should have the capacity to keep his emotions in check. When necessary, cry if you need to. I'm Thord of Lord Gnias. I was doing so good not pronouncing the G, and all of a sudden, While I'm thrilled if Lord Naeus was willing to consider my proposal, I'm worried about Lord Metius. Especially if he has sway to kind of literally get a bunch of people behind him. Best of my knowledge, Lord Metius is a civil servant with no combat experience. Should he meet with misfortune, he may prepare poorly. Oh, so basically, because he walked out on his own with very little defense. I forgot to talk to Zero, whatever. What might be happening here is that we save him from the very same machina that, war machina, that, he wants to keep from getting destroyed because he thinks that it's fine. They were there to defend us. Yeah, that was a while ago. That was a good while ago, my dude. Nowadays, yeah. Big booms. Gigantic booms. The biggest of booms. I'm alive? Yeah. It's almost like when somebody decides to reach out and help you when you need it. It kind of helps you out. Let me just double check, because I see that my thing keeps freezing over there, but I want to make sure that it's nice and smooth on stream otherwise. Looking okay. Looking okay. It's a little bit. It's a little sticky. Okay, so we have an issue that I wasn't aware of. Let me see if I can fix this. If not, we're gonna have a big issue moving. Okay, looks like it's offloaded a bit. We'll see if that keeps.
こんなことで恩を売ろうとしたって無駄だぞ。
This has been an argument in a bunch of different kind of scenarios that I never understood. Oh, actually, I just realized the one other thing that I could do here. Hold on. Forgot that Final Fantasy XIV doesn't like adaptive sync. So let me see if that helps out a little bit. It kind of drags my entire system whenever that happens. Give me a second here. Adjusting things further. Okay. Let me just see if you guys are okay on the other side of that. Looking good. Looking good. I need to move it over, but I need to wait for this cutscene to end first because I can't get to the system settings while we're in the cutscene. So we'll just do it this way for now. But I never understood this particular argument of like, I didn't ask for your help. Doesn't mean we weren't willing to do it because we don't want to watch a person die. And guess what? If I didn't help you and somebody from your side said, oh, but you could have helped him, I'd rather help you and then get shot in the foot later. Interesting, interesting.
だからこそ問い続けたいと考えています。今この時の現実から目を背けずに。
そこに希望が見える日が来るのだろうか。
Suicide, at least that was discussing earlier.
生きていればきっとそれまでに多くの物事が変わっていったとしても我々が生き抜きつなぐことで鎖は未来に続いていく。我が結び合い連なってこその鎖です。どうか共にこの国の明日を考えてはいただけないでしょうか。
弱敗のお前に国の何たるかを説かれるとは。今一度テルティウム駅での話し合いに戻りたい。すまないが護衛を頼めるだろうか。お前たちにも 比例を詫びよう。助けてくれたこと、感謝する。
That was an interesting change of pace. Like, I don't even feel like Julius's argument should have caused this much of a change, but you know, whatever. I'll take it.
待て、ユルス。聞きたいことがある。お前も付き合え。サンクレットにそばにいろと言われたからな。
It wasn't supposed to be literal, Zero, but okay.
では、メッティウス殿は私たちでお送りしましょう。
The fact he doesn't bitch about that is pretty good. That would be improvement I'd be okay with. Like, he was begrudgingly heading back, but that he would
何
be
を聞きたいんだ。
okay with just
お前も信頼を結べるんだな。だからさっきの男は強制されてもいないのに話し合いに応じることにしたんだろう。
bound is not exactly the right word. That's why he's like, what? Don't worry about it. Just like, is she for real?
ここに突っ立ってるのもなんだし、とりあえず歩くか。そうか。ゼロはそんな経緯でお前たちと一緒にいるんだな。だが、ゼロの求めてるつながりってものを俺が説明できるかどうか。
Technically, you are very much qualified to do so.
特別交友関係が広い方じゃない。休みの日も弟と妹に付き合ってばかりだった。さっきの説得だってただ日頃考えていたことを、いや伝えてみようと思ったこと自体がアルフィノやアリゼーに感化されてたのかもしれない。信頼は多分伝播するんだ。信じてくれた人がいると自分も誰かを信じてみようと思う。そうじゃなかったらそもそも対話を選ばなかったはずだ。俺が最初イルサバード派遣団のキャンプから黙って物資を盗もうとしていたようにな。
だったら私の世界に信頼がないのも納得だ。誰からも信じられなかったから誰も信じなかった。その積み重ねだったんだろう。すべての生命が用意になる前、メモリア戦争の時代から私たちは力の強弱や利害関係で互いを判断してきた。
I feel like they're using. Oops. I hope you guys are seeing this too. Yeah, okay. Let me just full screen so you guys can. Look in the upper right hand corner. Oopsie doopsie. They took a screenshot and left the log open. Probably normally what they would have done is no, even worse, because I see Hedupu network info over on the left side. Oh god. Oops. That ought to be patched out soon. I wasn't there before.
そんな風に構えていなければ生き残れない世界だった。
Actually, what I was looking for was I was thinking that was actually the first. What they were using, basically that they used something they already did, took a screenshot and said it. See, this next one doesn't have it, you notice? That's hilarious.
一人で
That's
果たそうとし
those
たんだ。
errors that are fine. It's not terrible. Doesn't break anything. Except for immersion, I suppose, but whatever.
一人で世界を。本当に誰もお前の仲間にならなかったのか？
そういえば一度だけそんなことを真剣に持ちかけられたな。
They're using Final Fantasy IV
あ
music
る
again.
村
I
に
just
立
thought
ち寄
about
った
it.
時であった剣士と魔導士の二人組、闇のメモリア使いの襲撃から村人たちを守ったのだという。私も闇のメモリア使いと戦っているのだと知ると、
That armor in the upper part looks kind of familiar.
曰く彼らはバロンという国の兵士でメモリア戦争
Even
を終結させ
further,
る手
they're
立てを
using
探して
Baron. That's
各
directly
地を
from
巡ってい
4.
たらしい。
Looks like they're just ignoring stuff. Because I would have thought that 1 was supposed to be the first would have been Final Fantasy 1, and then 4 would have been the fourth reflection. But I guess they really wanted to use 4 and were willing to say, yeah, it's the 13th.
共に来ないかと誘われたが、当時の私にしてみれば相手が二人組という時点で論外だった。他人と組んでいる奴には必ず裏がある。下手をすれば数の暴力でこちらを屈服させる気かもしれない。だからすぐに断ったよ。
See, that's the thing, though, is that she's not wrong, or their world was not wrong to think that working with others, those others have their own motives. That is absolutely true, but that doesn't mean that you can't find a common ground motive to work towards.
彼らは強要するでもなく引き下がった。計画を仕損じて憤慨するんじゃないかと身構えたが、ただ寂しげで変な奴らだと感じたよ。今になって思えばあの二人組だけは互いを心から信頼していたのかもしれないな。信じることを知っていたから私のことも信じようとした。私はその後も一人で戦い続けた。だがある時、徒党を組んだ闇のメモリア使い相手に無様に敗れてしまったんだ。悔しかった。あの時ばかりは誰かに助けてほしいと願った。その瞬間だったよ、世界が壊れたのは。お前たちの言う闇の反乱が起こり、私は一人次元の狭間に閉じ込められた。
That was pretty good timing.
亀裂を見つけ再び故郷に戻った時には用意のみが生きる世界になり果てていたんだ。そうして私は誰かを信じる機会を失ったというわけだ。元より世界を救うだけの実力もなかったのだし、ためらわずあの二人組の手を取ってみればよかったのかもな。もしもそれでお前たちのように信頼を結べていたら、あんな無様な姿で世界の終わりを迎えはし
So
なかった
assuming
だろ
that
う。
the other person is who I think it is, the one that had the familiar armor, but we only saw like the lower half of his body. I wonder if we'll ever meet the other dude that we saw his face.
まあ、すべては終わったことだ。どんな過程をしたところで現実は変わらない。
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
過去がどうだったとしても、ゼロは今生きてるだろ。 俺たち帝国民がまさしく過渡期にあるように、生きていれば望んでいなくたって変化がもたらされる。できなかったことが今もできないとは限らないんじゃないか。実際この世界でお前と行動を共にしてる奴はお前のことを信頼しているように見える。そうじゃなかったら、あいつらと出会う前のお前だったらパン一つの借りで用意と戦ってくれたか。俺だってお前を信頼のおけるやつだと思ってるよ。
まただ。お前たちが力尽きそうな私を助けに来てくれた時と同じ、嬉しいのに泣きたいような言葉にならない熱が胸の内を巡っている。これが信頼なら私はどう答えればいい？
However you like.
じゃあほら、別にいちいちこうしなくたって仲間にだって友にだってなれるけどな。
友？ああ、そうか。おのずと信じることができる。
Are we implying that he trusted me? With what, though? Now, don't get me wrong. I don't hate Xenos as a villain or whatever. I don't mind his fight boner for us or whatever. My biggest issue with Xenos was specifically around... Let me switch this over now that I have the opportunity. Hello? Oh, it requires a reboot. Okay. Let's do it real quick then. But the fight was required specifically at the end and you couldn't delay it or move it over or whatever. And Xenos made a particular assumption about me in particular that was absolutely incorrect. Okay, now that that's done. I'm reopening it. Just give me a second, guys. Looks like it's going to open up on the right screen, and if it does, I'll pop up in the stream again. Wonderful. Do this over here. Beautiful. Keep going. Guess I gotta. Oh, okay. Alrighty, so now that we're getting back in again, but yeah, it was kind of an issue on my end personally that part got solved quickly, but and also the fight was then at the end was required because like after all that fighting and everything, I didn't want another fight. I just wanted to kind of go home. Like maybe that we had a couple things that we did before we went and we got to bed, did everything, if you will. Thank you. I feel as though I've found the answers I sought. And I would know to you, Julius. But then, next the others have already arrived back at Turton, we should join them. Are we not done? Was not. I didn't think that we were done with the 5.4 yet. I still don't think where we are, but it was a little weird that the cutscene. Whenever it's a cutscene during this, full glad am I to see that everyone has returned, and none the worse for wear. Various representatives of the Garlean community are gathered here in this very moment. I dare say this is the final opportunity to announce the trade agreement. You've read the memorandum. I trust you find the terms acceptable. I do. And Gnaeus, I pray forgive my disgraceful conduct earlier. I'm ashamed not only of my behavior, but of placing the burden of negotiations solely on your shoulders in my absence. You two were useless. You should know that when we brought up the subject of the tower's reactivation to the people of Tappa's Den, some reacted quite strongly. Once we explained that it would be to prevent another Void-Sent invasion, however, they were more receptive. It's fair to say that the recent episode is still fresh in their minds. I tagged along to see if I could to deliver a supply of ceruleum. I have to say I didn't expect to see such a large crowd, especially even the stuffy Imperials who usually keep to themselves and the Senatus are here. My friends and countrymen, lend me your ears. Friends, Garleans, countrymen, lend me your ears! That was definitely a reference to specifically Julius Caesar. I am pleased to inform all of you on this joyous occasion that we, the people of Garlemald, have entered into a trade agreement with Razat-Han. To inaugurate our accord, we intend to grant individuals before you with access to the Tower of Babel. In return, Razat-Han will provide us with supplies which will be equally distributed amongst the settlements of our nation. Let me be clear on one point. This is not an act of charity, but trade. A bargain struck between equals, rooted in trust and respect. It marks a significant step towards rebuilding our nation and regaining true independence. Razat-Han holds Garlean technology and ingenuity in the highest esteem. It is my hope that through this agreement, our peoples will mutually enjoy a mutually beneficial relationship for years to come. Now then, we bid you gather round to hear the particulars. that you might convey them to those elsewhere. Oh, my headset's about to die. But that's fine. There's no voice acting here, so I'm not too worried about that. So burdened with by hardship and trauma, were the people of Garlemald that they were unable to imagine a brighter future. To be recognized as equals as a nation with something of value to offer others, that validation alone is enough to rekindle their hope. It is by virtue of this partnership that we may access the Tower of Babel. A rather timely development considered that the Aether tanks, given the Aether tanks' impending arrival. Once the tower's stores have been replenished, we need but wait Y'shtola's signal to channel the energy to the moon, yes? And you can leave that and anything else on this on this end to me and Alphino. No need to worry, devote all your energy to the mission in the void. As ever, I am in your debt. Good friends. That means we're not gonna have Alpha now and Ali say for the trial. Good friends, eh? And coming from her, you know she's not saying it to be just to be nice. I'm not wrong to call them that, am I? Friends. He's becoming more and more human. I'm excited for this. Everybody kind of disperse? Okay. Alright, what do we got here? Just Moonies. Only the Moonies.
では、私たちは改めてボイドへと向かう計画について現状を
Let's just do it this way, that way I can kind of focus on what's going on here.
エーテルタンクを手配し、バブイルの塔の使用許可を得たことで、月にエーテルを送り込む準備が整いました。これをもって、私たちの受け持った地上の準備は完了。しかし、月の準備を担当するヤシュトラからは、未だ連絡が来ておりません。
彼女はゲートを開く術の仕込みと開いた後に向けた用意対策を進めると言っていたが、いずれも複雑な対応が必要であることは想像に難くない。時間がかかっているのもうなずける話だ。
ええ、ですから我々も月へと向かい、彼女たちの手伝いに回れればと思うのです。ただし、あなたには別件が。地上の準備が終わり次第お伝えするようにとヤシュトラから頼まれていた内容です。いわく、こたびの作戦においてはアジュダヤをボイドの月から連れ帰ることも見据えて巨大なゲートを開く。目を抜かれ疲弊しているであろう彼女を同じ七大天竜に支えてもらえると心強いとのことです。
No words. Come with your body. Not your vessel.
武 ブリトラが出てこいというわけか。承知した。私とて星渡る竜ミドガルズ・オルムの子が一億。少し時間はかかるだろうが、竜の実で月へと向かおう。万全を期すためにもこの体は帰還させ、制御に用いていた私の目を回収しよう。アジダヤと再会するまでカイナッツォから取り戻した彼女の目は君に持っていてもらいたい。頼めるだろうか。
I held on to Nigdog's eyes for a little bit. I'm pretty sure I can handle this.
月での準備が整い次第、リンクパールでお伝えします。バブイルの塔からのエーテル射出はヤシュトラの号令に従っていただければと。
分かったわ。
I'm
い
excited.
つでも行けるように待機しておくから。
ゼロも頑張れよ。
何？少し故郷に戻るだけだ。難しい話じゃないさ。
ではまた嘆きの海で。
Wonderful. Okay. To the moon. Let's see how this pans out, shall we? Only weather today, huh? What's it called? Moon dust. Oh, they're right here. Took off for no reason. How did Zero make it up here? The moon. Xenos brought me here. I remember feeling surprised that such a desolate place could exist in the sea. Maybe because wherever Xenos could go, she
ヤシュ
can,
トラ
maybe.
にはすでに連絡を入れました。すぐにこちらへ来てくださるそうです。
Loprits, I assume? Oh, no. How did the rest of them make it up here, by the way?
悪いわね。手伝いに来させてしまって。
地上の準備は一通り完了しております。バブイルの塔へはアルフィノ様とアリゼ様が、かの天竜への伝言も済みました。
みんなありがとう。短い間に素晴らしい成果ね。こちらは月の監視者の協力も得て、どうにかゲートを開くための術式を展開し終えたわ。あとは地上からエーテルが流し込まれれば、理論上は第13世界の月とつながるはずよ。こんな偉業に携われて私たちも大興奮。人造アトモスについて研究した時にボイド関連の資料を片っ端からさらった甲斐があったよ。それになんとヤシュトラさんがアラグ帝国の用意召喚にまつわる文献も見せてくれたの。かの聖恋なく財団の秘蔵資料だよ。魔科学がいかにしてボイドゲートを制御し、用意の軍勢を率いるに至ったのか、 作業をするにあたってすごく参考になったよ。
Interesting, interesting.
異世界への召喚について話を聞きがてらグレハティアに頼んだのよ。巧妙なアラグの専門家なら当然借りてこられるでしょ。
What are you being smug about? Just the fact that he's done it before? Why are you looking smug at me instead of at him? Because he's not here?
私は信じるわ。時代も地域も超えて人が積み重ねてきたものを、そして私自身のこと。だから残る準備はゲートが開いた後の対策として対用意防衛網を作り上げることだけ。手伝ってもらえて。
対用意防衛網、やはりあの方法で。
ええ、この場所にはすでに闇の存在をとどめる手立てが備わっているのだもの。使わない手はないわ。私たちはゼノスに破壊された剣を修復する。ゾディアークの封印機構を再起動させ、侵入してくる用意を押しとどめるのよ。
Oh, hell yeah. If it held back Zodiac, it definitely would hold back anything else.
修復の主だったところは月の監視者さんが引き受けてくれてるんだ。ただいくつか不安要素が残っててね。みんなで協力してそれを潰そうって話してたところ。
時間も惜しいことだし、剣の元へ移動しながら話しましょうか。
Okay, moving on. Yeah, but what they have to say. Nirana. All right. Off to Best Ways Burrows. You can tell who's on the same quest. It's always fun to do that sometimes. Sometimes it's a pain when there's like everybody huddled around the frickin' quest giver, but whatever. Above then. Just seen that error on the thing. So, what are these things? Of course, living way.
There you are. Y'shtola has apprised me of your present undertaking. I understand she wishes to deploy our pride and joy, the veritable carrots of our eye, our unrivaled combat supporters. Is as a precautionary measure in case the Void Send containment maneuver proves lacking. As we speak, my fellows are rounding up what units they can and will bring them to the northeast corner in short order. Please wait there. Please wait there.
What's this? The unlock something. A new quest that I wasn't aware of? Oh, we'll deal with that later. Alright, let's see what we got. So some combat something or others, huh? Let's see how this pans. I forgot that she sounds like an Ojo-sama.
いやー、久しぶり。大急ぎで警備用サポーターを集めてほしいって言われたから、出せるだけ引っ張り出してきたよ。
Why does Mapping Way's voice sound so familiar to me?
素晴らしい。あなた方の行動力にはいつも助けられていますね。
そんなそれほどでもありませんわ。ハイデリン様から授けられた役目はもう終わっている。とはいえ、人のお役に立つということはやはり本質というか本懐というか抗いがたいウルトラハピです。
We have
これ
sleeping
からも
in
遠
there.
慮なくずいずいと私たちにお任せくださいませ。さてさて、こちらのサポーターたちは本来月を警備するために配備されるものです。用意と戦ったことはありませんが、そこはそれ、適した戦い方をインプットすることで一気当選の働きをするようになりますわ。というわけで、用意をよく知る皆様にサポーターとの模擬戦をお願いしても。
なら私が適任だろう。よく知るどころか半ば用意のようなものだからな。
She inherited something from freaking Xenos. At least not all of them left. That's good. Yeah, that arrow was busted.
なんだか知らねえが発進だ。それ発進発進発進発進。
Ayakashi Shimo Yamada hasn't done much though. I don't know why I recognized her voice.
もう十分ですわ。圧倒的な敗北。この経験を生かして改造、用意抹殺マシンを直ちに作り上げなくては。これ改造の前に一旦修理しなきゃダメだね。
申し訳ありません。修理には時間がかかりそうでしょうか。
普段のペースで考えたら5人人分小気味よくって感じかな。ただもし もしもだよ。君たちが僕らを励ましてくれたなら。
Mm-hmm.
2人分まで短縮できちゃうかも。
Is this supposed to be like an hour? Because Jean versus G. I love the fact that there was the sound effect along with her, with me craning my neck over to look at, be like, Rian J, you better back me up on this, please. And the only other really famous thing that Ayaka has done, from what I can tell, beyond obviously Mapping Way, is Sifa Belnadis from the Castlevania anime. The other ones I don't quite recognize at all. Wait, I know that this is your bit, but, or... You can always do anything within our power to aid the people of Aetheris. Let's start with Sleepy Boy. We went from Beitenkun to Sleepy Boy. I'm saving him for last. I forgot. That's a thing from way back when. I almost want to play Final Fantasy IV, but that's going to be too much of a task. But that was freaking hilarious, I gotta say. I loved it.
おかげさまで剣の修復はどうにか完了よ。そちらの作業が終わり次第合流してちょうだい。いよいよボイドゲートを開けるわよ。
That was quick. They were all still broken when I left. I'm gonna queue up for an expert while we do this, just so that I can get that done before the end of tonight, because tomorrow I won't have the opportunity to do an expert in the morning like I did today. So, oh, that's right, we have this blue one over here. Not sure what this unlocks, but I'm gonna unlock it. This one, yeah, it's at level 80, so I can actually do this on, which one's not quite yet maxed out? I guess Well, I can do this on Reaper, actually. Appropriately enough. Let's do this one real quick just because it's unlocking something that I don't know what it is yet. Oh well. Because we have no choice in the matter now. Let's head back to Black Mage. At least I've got it on my register. I would have forgotten it if I left it, so. I feel like them fixing it pushed it further back. This is it. My thanks for seeing to the supporters. But this all is in readiness for the ritual. First, I shall give the order to Afinal and I say to in the Tower of Babel to channel the Aether to the moon. Once we amass a sufficient amount of energy, Urianger and I shall begin our incantations to open the Void Gate. If all goes well, it will tell a form in the fabric of reality, at which point you must activate the brand and put in place the containment seal. Is all. If there are no further questions, then let us begin. Hi, Miss Nirhana and Asinian over there for asking what the hell they thought of this. Rip my life. That's good.
待たせたわね。月側の準備もすべて整ったわ。
よかった。バブイルの塔もすでに再起動が完了している。今すぐそちらにエーテルを送っても。
It'll be interesting to see what happens next.
ええ、お願い。
Is that a Star Trek reference? Make it so. That was quick enough that I think we could have done it without any kind of permissions, but whatever. That would have not have helped us politically later on, so there's that.
Aether, すごい量。
ウリエンジェ、そちらも術式の展開を開始してちょうだい。ボイドゲートをこじ開けるわよ。
Really? Right in the middle of the major cutscene? Yeah, no, we're waiting. I'll reach you. If we got out of the cutscene before I would have joined, but
ゲートは開いた。封印機構も作動しているように見える。あとは
それが効果を発揮するかだな。
here comes the wandering void scent. Pop. That wasn't a very big Aether void scent though, so not too worried about that
図
one.
らずも実証できたようですね。封印機構は想定通りに機能していると。
Ah, here comes Vitra. It needs my turn to be a dragon rider, okay?
遅くなった。ことは順調に進んでいるようだな。
ええ、私たちの開いたゲートから用意がやってきた。第13世界につながっている証拠だわ。
すごいよヤシトラさん。この場に立ち会えて私たちも嬉しい。
ありがとう。みんなの協力のおかげよ。この成功は次元跳躍の基礎理論が確立できたことも意味するわ。アシエンは世界を統合するために共造世界を特定の属性の力に偏らせることで次元の壁を破壊し、そのエーテルを原初世界に流し込もうとしてきた。
Those were the calamities, we got that, uh-huh.
ではなぜ共造世界は別の共造世界とではなく原初世界に統合されてしまうのかしら。
Good question.
原初世界だけに何か特別な力が働いていると。
ええ、本来一つだった世界は原初世界を起点に元に戻ろうと引き合うのではと考えたの。そしてハイデリンはおそらく統合引力とも言うべき世界が引き合う力を抑え込んでいた。だからこそ停滞の力を司る存在として作
So
ら
are
れて
we
いる。
basically going to try and establish the rejoining, but just in a safer way than they were forcing it to?
一方でボイドは闇、つまり活性の力に偏っている。だからこそハイデリンによる抑制効果が崩れやすく、クラックが自然発生するほどにつながりやすいんじゃないかしら。今回はこうした過程の下で最も強い引力の先を狙って次元の壁に穴を開けた。言い換えれば行き先がボイドだからこそ成功しただけ。基礎理論が固まったとはいえ、これだけでは他 他の共造世界は狙えないわ。
Basically
それでも
pulling
第
the
8
people
例
of the
最後の
first
未
over
来で
here
は
would be nice.
第一世界への次元跳躍をやってのけた人たちがいたのだから、理論を突き詰めていけばいずれ必ず。
魔女殿の夢は大きく前進したというわけだな。
まだまだこれからよ。だからこそボイドからの進行で研究の邪魔はさせないわ。さあ、アジュダヤを探してゴルベーザの計画を阻止するわよ。
皆、私の背に乗るんだ。ボイドゲートの位置まで大穴を降りよ
う。では、私は錬金術師の皆さんを地上に送り届け、レポリットたちと連携してゲートを監視しておきましょう。
みんな気をつけて。必ず無事に帰ってきてね。
You know, I like a lot of the lore flair of like the Aether sisters being used, because a lot of that is not in the Japanese, and I feel like it's almost boring. Speaking of Midgard Stormer.
さあ、今再びボイドへ。
If it's big enough to bring her back, it's big enough to fit him going in, so... The only reason he had a battle body, let's call it, built was because it needed to be small enough to still fit. I recall this specifically when we were going to the first. Obviously the first time Y'shtola may be seeing it, and definitely Estinian. What would we have done if there was no atmosphere on the moon in the 13th? Wait, we're not on the moon, we're on Mars! Why is it all red? We're not on Earth right now either, so it's fair.
This is第13世界の月。
Ooh, more Final Fantasy IV music.
ああ、間違いない。闇の反乱からこちら、天に昇るのはいつも血のように赤い月だ。
赤い月、赤い月。
用意の大軍とご対面かと思っていたが、随分と静かだな。
ゴルベーザは自身の領域がどこにあるのか限られた配下にしか伝えていないということだった。ならこれほど閑散としているのもうなずける。だが気は抜かない方がいい。ここから原初世界に侵入した用意がいた以上、奴の駒が潜んでいないとも限らないからな。
姉さん、近くにいないのか。そう焦るなブリトラ。ひとまず周りの状況を確認してみるべきじゃないか。すまない、気がせいた。では私は上空を一回りしてくれよ。 君たちは地上を飛ぶ。
No, I was gonna say, in my mind I was like, can we fly on the moon? Considering we can fly on the moon in the source, but then I realized, oh right, we couldn't fly on the first at all until we gathered Aether codes, so it's most likely that we're not gonna be able to. Let's queue up again. It pops in the middle. Thought was sitting first to burn some time. I guess when we get to the next area, it'll be. Yes. I'm very curious as to why the flood of darkness would turn the moon crimson. I see there's Y'shtola within a stone's throw of the next point of interest. I'm gonna go talk to her first, though, to again burn some time. No sign of Watcher or any liquids. Let's see, the tower would be up on that ridge, right? One of these ridges. And I see nothing, so. How did Gomez make it up here, actually? Now that we've kind of discussed this one, let me, because now my face is all red, thanks to the redness of this place. Yep, that's where all the cutscenes were. Like, no, go explore this area. But if I look over the edge, I can see, no, go explore the area. You do the thing. Sub-Zero. Yep. Shall we wait, considering for the trigger of the expert roulette? Let's give this a shot. With 13, a little bit of time. Now it's talking to Zero. Now it has a complete, which for the last couple have a cutscene right after you complete it, so let's just wait for the expert roulette to pop, I think. The red side of the moon instead of the dark side of the moon, that's kind of cool. Yeah, went from 13 to 12, or 15 to 12 pretty quick, but then 12 is starting to hang out. Where's the void gate that we, oh, there it is. And I assume just because of the position of the, for 13th, that's why it's there when we put it there. It would be very funny if it was actually down there too, and all Gomez had to do was look up and say, "What the fuck is that?" Gonna wander around here, not only to wait for that pop, but also just to see if there's anything cool. hit. And 7. I forgot we're on Mars with how red. I mean, like, this is a deeper red than Mars is, but still. There we go, see? It was worth the wait. Alright, let's do that. Let's do this. Oops, that's not what I wanted to hit. Let's do this thing. Oh, we're in this one. Interesting. Blow things up. Make things go kaboom. I didn't realize something's not working. Probably just because it's not on the correct screen type thing. I'm not gonna worry about it because it's not important. I got really unlucky with my rocks. Of course. Of course again. Good. So pop this to see it. It's not quite working now. Oh, this. That's fine. Hello? Nice and clean, right? Alright, expert would be this one and that one, so yeah. Well, it's still a surprise that I got this one. It's... That was a good amount of time to wait there. Right. Oh yeah, that was stupid of me. That's okay. Ah, I was an idiot. I got greedy. It's okay though. here first. I was happy on my part, only because I was kind of like, when do I turn around? I was looking for a cast bar that doesn't exist, and I don't know why I said pass on that one, but you wanna know what? I did, so here we are. So here we are, and we move along. Not bad so far. Speed. Oh, this one's movement is gonna be funky. Gaz. Gaz.
「
already. I'm doing okay. Could be doing better, obviously, but Nuke Tide. What does Nuke Tide do? That one I don't like that much. Good. Hoping that would be it there. Yay, I got a commendation out of that. Okay, so now let's go talk to Zero and see what she sees. Let's see. Yeah, you know, because there's structures inside of it that are super obvious. Those have caught my attention.
何か構造物があるな。降りて確認してみるべきか。
やはりここがひときわ怪しいわね。これとよく似た大穴が原初世界の嘆きの海にもあった。ゾディアークが封印されていた闇のゆりかごよ。だとするとこの奥底には分割されたゾディアークの力が封じられていたのでしょう。原初世界にいた本体が消滅した以上、それらの力も消え去ったものと思っていたけれど、この大穴にはひときわ濃い闇が満ちているわ。ゾディアークの残滓なのかしら、それとも。
Can you not go in there without us, Fitra? That would probably be super dangerous. Oh, oh, good.
もう一度乗れ。この大穴の中に姉さんがいる。
Why are we so surprised that that was the case? Wasn't that our assumption? That she would be on the moon at least? I love how we all had the shock face, like, it's just like, no shit, this was what we expected. Like, not that it was in the pit, but at the very least that she was here.
Omae, 確か竜の目を預かっていただろう。
Usually doesn't do that. Inflections are really hard in Dragon Speak.やはりここがゴルベーザの領域なのか。Because that was what it's been a number of years. But just so you know, I killed Nidhogg. Just putting it out there. That's something you definitely missed.
ほう、七大天竜の一翼ともあろうものが呪縛には抗えぬと。
Estinian, I assume the dragons are like people, and not everybody would take the same kind of baiting that you would do. I love the fact that she just compared him to Nighthawk and he just took it in stride as opposed to taking it as an insult. And we were just there! Okay, we might have not been in the south. I didn't check the map.
だ、そうだ。上に戻って奴が立ち止まっていた理由を突き止めてやろうじゃないか。
We'll need Virtra, but you know. This is getting interesting though. I like this. Here we go. I'm excited. Abyssal Dark. There's already been such screws to saying. I'll take this chart of this area, you see to the south. Ah. Wait, where's the... So, but we're in the same spot! It made more sense when we couldn't cross the chasms. It was over there. I don't like it. I should have seen something on the way over here. Unless it's on the upper ridge closer to the actual portal. Alright, we'll talk to Vitra and then head to where we need to be. Because Vitra is where we need to be, but I doubt it considering the blacklist sign on him. Yeah, that's another thing. Vitra was supposed to be airborne at this point in time. How the hell did he not see the thing? Or at least not see Golbez, like, see the thing in specific. There's a glint of the rock that's in shadow. Smart move. Found something, sure. Memoria? Golbez's? Or the other dude that I mentioned earlier that was working with Golbez? Let's find out. Shall we? Aha, it's actually Golbez's Memoria. In my theory. Because that's the other dude that was there.
お前たちは騙し、奪い、
Durante,
殺
huh?
めた。最後に申し開きはあるか？
ないね。あいつらがバカで弱かっただけだ。他人なんて頼ろうとして。お前らもお互いに気をつけておけよ。古臭い英雄ごっこなんぞどうせ長続きはしない。相棒に寝首をかかれて思い知るのさ。先に裏切った方がマシだったとな。
This is why I don't like. I give people benefit of the doubt always. I assume the best, and then, you know, only worry about it when the worst comes to pass. In death, may your soul find salvation.
俺
This
は
is
とて
Gomez. This is
も
interesting.
こいつらのために祈る気になんてなれない。お前こそが本当の英雄だよ。
Come now, we are all shaped by these dark times more than we care to admit. Used to believe that had these men known peace and plenty, they would not have been consumed by mistrust and avarice.
メモリア戦争。一刻も早く収束の手立てを見つけて王の元へ帰らねばな。
ありがとうよ。あの連中を追い払ってくれてどれほど救われたか。
Yes, see this. At least what they're who is that?
ああ、お前さん方と同じで。
Using that they're using someplace nearby Valtry's place. I'm forgetting its name right now.
朗報だな。今度こそ仲間が増えるかもしれないぞ。
Just as a replica, because they didn't want to have to build something else, so it's fine. Hi, Zero. What if we find out her name because of this?
断る。ただでさえも怪しい黒兜にのこのこついていく道理はない。
That's
じゃあな、私は先に行かせてもらう。
目的は同じだろうにうまくいかないものだな。これもお前の言う通り時代の流れというやつか。
Only a precious few Numeratis remain to cling to the light. Would that we could have run her over.
まあいいさ。俺とお前がいれば100人力なんだ。下手に水を刺されるよりはこのままの方が動きやすい。
Not sure about that, but
この近辺でやり残したことはもうないな。王から一時帰還せよとのご命令だ。帰ろう。俺たちの祖国バロンへ。
もしやまた過去を見たのか？
you were a bitch back then. Just saying. No, I'm kidding.
記憶の中で私の姿を見ただと。話の流れからするに例の二人組か？だとしたらこのメモリアに封じられているのは
Technically Golbez, now that I think about it, but wait, that means,
貴様らか。異界より来たりし、聖戦に抗う者どもは。
Yeah, but that makes no sense. Is that we were looking from Golbez's point of view.
あの時の
かつての私を知っているのか。
But the Memoria is Golbez, so that means probably it's Durante inside Golbez's
人の
armor?
姿を保っているのも珍しいが、よくも過去を覚えているものだな。まあいい。問うべきは他にある。貴様が我が配下を仕留めたメモリ扱いか。
だったらどうする？
この世界のものならば私と共に戦え。魂の救済、聖戦のためにな。
共に戦えだと？駒として戦えの間違いじゃないのか？
Yeah, you don't seem to have any
聖戦だかなんだか
sadness
知
for
らね
losing the
え
other thing.
が、お前が欲しているのは私ではなく私の能力だろう。思い通りにならないと知れば魔法で縛るはず。そんな関係はもうたくさんだ。私は自らの意志で思いを同じくする友のために戦う。
そうか。それは残念だ。貴様らの目的はこの竜だな。王国を聞いた当初、計画に支障をきたしかねない要素は取り除くべしとルビカンテどもに足止めを命じたが、よもやここまで追ってこようとは何たる好都合。この竜が私に囚われて幾清掃。自由はなく弱り果てたところに貴様らが現れたのだ。しかれば竜は思いを強めただろう。帰りたい、故郷たる世界に帰りたいとな。それこそが救済を成就する鍵なのだ。
Oh, because of the fact that she was about to turn.
闇のエーテルが侵食している。用意と化してしまうわ。
仕上げだ。我に従え、黒竜よ。
So is the trial gonna be the Shadow Dragon or Golbez? Or both? Why not both?
殺せ。
this is getting good.
世界が闇に飲まれる前、私は果てなき戦争に身を投じていた。故にわかる。あの竜の他にこの場で誰が強者であるかを。
Okay, so I was waiting for that. I was waiting for the Z, almost like a freaking Z on Zaku. I'll deal with you, then I'll free Asdaja. How many more times can we use this, by the way? We're using it over and over again. See, it would be one thing if all you wanted was the release, but you're doing the release at the expense of the people of the Voidcast dies. Voidcast die. We're fighting out a box. Oh, that's funny. Okay, let's do it. Let's go. What's up, bubblegum? I'm chilling. Can't touch this. Okay, let's see how we do this. I would have taken a screenshot, but then again, all this light would have gotten in the way. Oh well. Huzzah, let's go. Let's go. I'm ready. No more clouds? Ah, that sword I think was from the other guy. Knight in Black, Golbez. So I assumed that Durante became Golbez after Golbez got sealed in Memoria or something like that. He said Hikari-no-Senshi, Warriors of Light. Come on. Why do you say Warriors from Beyond the Rift? I'm kind of sad about that. Terra Storm. No idea what that does, but we'll find out. Yeah, I can't buy that. I'm about a million that. The frostbite hurt. Don't move. Don't move. Don't move. I can't move, but that's okay. This is crazy amounts of mechanics. If I don't get this fight, I think at that point, I think it was, you have to see when they drift out. Oof. This is gonna be rough. The two healers died at one point, and we have no other reserves, so... Those two light parties, wow. For a moment, just got a small heal. hoped. Never done. Done because we have no white mages anymore.
下れ降り注げ
Oof. This is a big oof fight when you're first doing it. I assume there's a lot of people who are new. I mean, it's only day 2 of this, so. I didn't get out of the fire phase. I'm gonna get fucked in the wrong here. No, but I didn't. That's good. He's going first. Yeah. Which way?
黒竜よ伝え。炸裂しあまたに走れ。風よ荒れ狂え。さあ食らいつけ。我が命に応えよ黒竜。下れ降り注げ。凍てついた刃で力のままに粉砕せよ。打ち砕け。黒竜よ全ての力を絞り出せ。パワーをメテオに。
Oof. We got a lot further though, which is good. It's too bad we gotta. Oh, I didn't have 3 in the tower, that's why. Yeah, I was sitting there like, what? Nothing down. It's a shame that we didn't have a white mage live for the thing. This is reminding me of something else. I don't have arm's length though. They're saying arm's length to be safe. But it's like, I don't have arm's length. I know that what they're saying is to do sure cast in place. It's fine. kind of glad that I'm getting
これがお前たちの力か。
he's gonna do the thing. Launch that out. Perfect. At least I'll be full MP by the time we get back. Oh, this is so much of a better round for me. Oh my. Always Gale's Field when I have my first one's back here. Hit by that, that's good. Ah, shoot. Yeah, I figured that. I didn't have anything for it. I tried, but I wasn't there. It's been casted. I think it was just Dash's shadow. Not putting down my ley lines this time. First. Oh, I'm just gonna eat that one and come over here. Got it. I think. Or we got it, but now will I stay alive through there and we'll find out. Done. Ah, that was heavy. Oh, did he make himself grow using his... Well, that was fun. Alright, let's see the end of this bad boy. And then I gotta go to bed. I was gonna say, didn't he create this thing?
Buzka!
Phase 2! Phase 2? Why phase 2?
ついに来たぞこの時が真っ向勝負では及ばずとも私は決して貴様らを穴底に近づけなかった故にこの聖戦私は勝利する大穴の奥底に潜んでいた強大なる闇の化身い いかなる因果か先頃それが唐突に無産した。さりとて我らの世界ではそのエーテルが帰れる場所もなし。知った者は例外なく用意として最短するのだ。さあこの竜を食らうがいい。故郷たる世界に焦がれる思いとともに。
There's nothing we can do about it. Oh, this guy's an asshole. You know what's gonna be really funny if this thing comes out?
卑怯を望みし竜が今英治と混ざり合う。かくて誕生するわ。世界の壁を破らんと
And it's just like, oh, it's you again. Boom! Destruction. What the hell?
死に拒まれたボイドの命を巡りに戻すお前には我らが古の英雄の名を贈ろう。生まれいでよ、ゼロムス。
Zeromus. Oh my freaking god. All of Final Fantasy IV references. Oh, they hurt my brain. Yeah, it looks pretty much like Zeromus right there. Pretty close.
どれほど強大であろうと用意ならばメモリアに。
It's not a void scent in technicality. Oh. Actually, is that good or is that bad?
なぜ歯が立たない。ゾディアークのエーテルから再構築された用意。まずいわ。五根の霊輪が持たないかもしれない。
ここは一度引くしかない。皆私のせい。
And that's a problem. Although it's the ward out on the moon was meant to hold Zodiac, and this is just a fraction of Zodiac, so this should hold in theory. I don't like the fact that we ended here. It's not worth. Where's Zero? Zero? Oh, Zero's the one with the actual thing overhead. Let's try and finish this up, I suppose, and then I'll go to bed. Oh, yeah. Would that we could have anticipated as Daja's yearning to return home could be manipulated in this fashion. Alas, we must now contend with a newborn void scent hell's bent on breaching the rift. One with such prodigious strength, is unlike anything I've ever seen. So named for an ancient hero, as Golbez said, though none can say if there is even a sliver of truth to the legends. Perhaps Golbez chose it in hopes that his champion would do that which no one could do in the Contra Memoria, save the world. True hero will not damn another world to save his own. We're not about to let that happen. Regardless, we need to regroup. Aye, although I'm loath to admit it, we are in no state to defend a voice scent of Zeromus's might. Spiritual, not least of all, and body and mind both. But now let us return to Razat Han and take stock of the situation. Very well. Tara, might I trouble you to head to Bestway's Burrow and apprise Urianger of the situation? The rest of us will attend to Vitra's wounds before returning to Razat Han. Pray join us there anon. I think I have a sneaking suspicion that this is lining us up for rejoining with Zero. I think Zero is our reflection in the 13th. Just to have that extra little bit of power to override Zeromus. Kisara, thou art returned. I am pleased to say that it has been blessedly uneventful in your absence, but more importantly, what of your mission in the void? So about that. Heavens forfend that Astarte should be used to birth a dread void scent born of Zodiac's residual ether. Though we could not have predicted this outcome, there is once more mercy. The void scent containment seal. As we employed the selfsame brands that once imprisoned Zodiac in its creation, the seal should serve to hinder Zeromus. Yet for how long, none can say. For our enemy's strength is unknowable. Whilst the barrier was erected in haste, thou shalt rejoin our comrades to anon to deliberate measures, yet, and I shall remain here to maintain vigil over the seal. Should we observe signs of impending incursion, rest assured I shall send word without delay. Farewell, my friend. Megaduta. Rhea was part of the team that we were with. There we go. Because I think we're about to finish this. I think this is the last quest, so we might as well just wrap it up.
お前、ファルファレルロとチリアットを覚えているか？私の領域にいた臆病者の用意たちだ。
And I do.
チリアットはファルファレルロを魂ごと食った。すると奴の中にはファルファレルロが抱いていたバルバリシアを恐れる心が存在す
So
る
the
よう
point
に
is
なった
that she wanted to return home, so now Zeromus is pushing for
他
that.
の用意に食われたとしても魂まで消えてなくなるわけじゃない。混ざり合って一部になるだけだ。そして 倒れることで魂同士の結びつきが弱まり、また別々の存在として復活を遂げることもある。つまるところは、ゼロムスを倒せばアジダヤの魂を引き剥がせる可能性があるということだ。
So it was basically lucky that she became a Void Scent.
それをより確実に成したいのなら、アジュダヤの魂に自分が何者であるか認識させる必要がある。呼びかけろ。他の誰でもなく、お前がな。
ありがとう、ゼロ。ボイドをよく知る君の言葉だ。信じよう。
となれば、私たちはゼロムス打倒に向けて動くのみね。ゾディアークの残滓から生じた用意というのは驚異的だけれど、だからこそ剣の封印が効果を発揮するはず。あなた、ウリエンジェから何か聞いていて？長く持たせられる保証はないか。対策は急いだ方が良さそうね。
いっそこちらの世界に出向いてきたところを叩くのはどうだ？
それだと倒すことでアジュダヤの魂が正解に帰ってしまう。彼女を救い出すにはボイドでゼロムスを撃つのが必須よ。
だが奴は周囲に満ちた闇を操り、傷つけることはおろか本体に近づくことさえ難しかった。どうやって叩く？
あら、それについての答えは単純よ。濃い闇を払うには強き光を当てればいい。そして私たちは光に満たされた世界を知っている。
Ah, the first, yes. Do I gotta go back
第一世
there?
界から光の力を持ち込む方法については私に任せてちょうだい。これまで研究してきた次元跳躍の理論と幾人かの仲間の協力があればきっと大丈夫。そんなわけで私はまたしばらく留守にするわ。あなたたちには戻ってきた後たっぷり働いてもらうから、よくよく体を休めて待っているのよ。
我らが魔女殿があの調子なんだ。俺も鍛錬に向かうとしよう。
待て。私も連れて行け。次までにもっと強くなってやる。
いい心がけだ。なら行くぞ。
こうなるとますます私ばかりがうなだれてはいられまい。バルシャンの体を動かしてできる支度を始めよう。
What do I do in the meanwhile? Asha is my sister. I have long dreams of saving her. If I am to do so, I must be better than I've ever been. Blessed though I am to have you and yours as comrades, I cannot ask you to lift me up every time doubt and despair creep into my heart. Don't falter again, this I swear. I will hold fast to my conviction, Kisara, and I pray that you will stand with me to the last. I was really hoping that we would defeat Golbez and that would be the end in generally. Like that. Bringing in Zeromus feels unnecessary. Unless they want to create a story to wrap it up before the next expansion, that could be what we're trying to do. We're trying to drag it to the next patch, essentially.
誕生を果たしたとはいえ、ゼロムスはまだまどろみの中。世界の壁を打ち崩すとなれば、今しばらくの時が必要か。だが、これまでの道のりを思えば、さまつなものよ。口惜しい。お前が倒れたあの日のことを忘れられるものか。
Golbez is the other dude that we saw.
何があろうとも、世界を救う英雄はゴルベーザの他にはいないのだ。
From light's embrace to shadow's deep, a world to save, an oath to keep. You win or you die. Well, that's where we'll end it for today. Tomorrow we're gonna do some normal runs of Pandemonium Anabasis with Thrill, so look forward to that. In any case, thank you guys for hanging out with me. Hope you guys hang out with me tomorrow. You've been 10 out of 10 with me, and I will see you guys come then for more Final Fantasy XIV. You guys have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever it is that you are.